Okay, we start all over again. This is the first video of 90 for this section. So this first video, I'm gonna talk about a mushroom trip that I did 2 days ago. Here in my room, I was just alone with myself, and it was like one of the most beautiful trips I ever had. I wrote it down because it was so much, and I wanted to have like a pen and write down while I was traveling, but at the same time I didn't want to miss what was going on. And so I wrote it down, and I'm going to try to read it to make it more like straight to the point. So this was one of the something that I learned, or that showed me in my mind actually. So I had this realization. So when you touch something hot like a stove, your body reacts instantly. You pull your hands away, and only after that your brain goes like, oh shit, that hurts, right? So the feeling comes first, or an emotion, in this case of the feeling, and then your mind gives a meaning to it, and then then it hurts. When it hurts, it's because already it's in your brain, right? That information. So I started thinking, what if love works the same way? Like, you meet someone, you feel something in your body and it feels good, and then your mind jumps in and goes, this person is special, I really like them because of whatever that attracts you, because of your how your mind was built during your growing up years. While you were growing up. And suddenly you create this whole story in your head about this person. So you kind of like idealize this kind of idealization that we talk about. But now I understood it completely, because it was like, yeah, that's what your brain or your mind does. You create a whole story out of something that you feel in the beginning. So if my mind could create that connection, it can also create something that is not real, number one. And number two, if it can make you love someone with your thoughts, like putting your thoughts, working on that, you can also let it go. You can make your mind think completely different. And instead of liking the person, you can take that out. You can take the thoughts out of your mind. That's another thing. And then I got stuck in like, and then I was like asking, like, if your brain is the one, or your mind is the one that makes these connections, and like in the trip I was like kind of like going, everything that I thought and every thought that it came to my mind, I was like, yes, this can be real, but it can also be wrong. This can be true and it can be wrong. It's not the truth. That's because your mind already created a safety thought that it works like a jail. Because once you start believing in that, it's because your mind already created a safety in it. So your thought makes you feel good, makes you feel safe, even though in the beginning you feel scared. But your mind already got trapped there, that thought. So now every time you experience that, you're going to feel good. So then, is it true or is it wrong? Or is it a false? Is it a false statement? Because a false thought. And then how do you know that something that you really want is something that your mind creates in you, or if there is something else that you should follow? So, for example, how do we know what we really want? So if the mind is always there, talking, interpreting, and creating story, then what is actually real? Is there something deeper than that, like intuition or soul or whatever you want to call it? And if there is, how do we even access it? And that was a very important question, because how do we access it? Through meditation, through because sometimes I feel like my mind is like creating new patterns again and again, and I don't want to live in something fake. But how do we know if something is fake or if it's not fake? Because everything is created by the mind. So how do we go beyond the mind? And then I had this revelation of like, okay, well, then maybe I should get a little deeper on my trip, if you know what I mean, and get rid of my consciousness. And then maybe in that situation, I can find my soul and really ask, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? What's the purpose of life or whatever? If there is a purpose, is there a purpose? Is there not? Maybe it's just not. It's just this and that's it. It was so like amazing. And then in some point, okay, I had like a lot of revelations, but this was like the most important, I guess. And then the other one was that I was going, so when you open your eyes, you cannot like have one trip, and then when you close your eyes, you have another one, so you can like travel inside your mind. And I was traveling inside my mind, and I found a cottage. So that it was my house, like a tiny house, like it was all very cozy and nice. And then there was a bed, like a dog bed, and it was everything prepared for tourists to come into that cottage, which was my mind. So I was like welcoming, in a way, the energy of Taurus, because I'm a Taurus, and I feel that nowadays I really need that energy with me, because I was following my moon energy, which was Aries. I don't know in English, Aries, and that's why I was being like very spontaneous, and I was like moving and going and traveling here and living there. But now I feel like I want stability. I want to be to take things more with more time, patience, and I need to be more grounded. And that's the energy that I really need right now. And it was so funny because I saw the Taurus, like the bull coming. It was a little bull coming to sit into his little bed, and he was cute at the same time. So that was another of the revelations, and then there was this other thing that, okay, this is the last one, and then I'm gonna cut the video because it's too long. But I was seeing a person a couple of weeks ago, and so we decided to stop the relationship. And I remember like we took the same mushrooms a couple of months ago, and in that trip I could feel a connection between our inner child, that we connected with our kids. So every time she wrote to me, every time like she talked to me in a way that maybe for her was like normal, I saw like for me it was always her kid talking to me. I don't know, that's weird, and I know that, but maybe I'm getting crazy. But anyway, so in that trip, in this last trip, I was like kind of thinking that maybe we had that connection because we would have been friends if we knew each other since we were little kids. And since she had like a maybe not that easy parents or family, I was like, oh, maybe if we were friends since the beginning, if we were friends when we were kids, I could invite her to a home and we could share my family. And that was so beautiful. Like I was crying because I think that was a really nice I don't know, memory of my family, which of course it was not everything super nice and all the time like beautiful, but I guess I had like very nice memories with them. So yeah, that was part of the trip as well. And I don't know, I just thought that it was nice to make this video, so to have it also in my memories. But I did so many things, so I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I also recorded audios. I have so many things, and I'm still processing. And I'm gonna take this couple of days like very easy, because I think it was very important and it gave me so much information that I need to still process and try to understand what I have to do now, and maybe not, and try to change my mind and to actually make it work for me. Okay, this is the end of the video, and I hope you like it, and so let's see tomorrow if I can make another one.